Well, good morning, or good afternoon, should I say. It's Sunday afternoon. Neighbours happily playing music and that next door. I'm happily playing music in here. I'm just listening to Morrissey, World Peace is None of Your Business, while I quietly block the world out as much as I can and spend a bit of time thinking about my father. As I do on a Sunday morning. We're doing things slightly different at the moment with the dogs. While we're all living like mingers, because I've got a broke washing machine and just can't keep on top of the cleaning at the moment. So the house is starting to hum a little bit because the weather's been so damp outside and soggy. I can't wait for spring to get here properly so I can get those rugs out in the yard, scrub them off and get them dried. As soon as I get to payday, I can do the one in the hallway what the dogs use that absolutely stinks of dog piss, where certain little lady there keeps pissing all over the place, and then Marnie goes and cocks his leg over it, as if to say, how dare you, bitch, this is my house, I was here first. Right, so that's what Daddy Dom's doing now. Old Marnie Moo. Right. Lola's being a showgirl at the moment. There's a Barry Manilow song there, isn't there? Not my cup of tea, but used to get my foot tapping when I was a child. The old Coca Cabana. But I don't listen to that sort of music these days. I've got much better music to listen to than that sort of stuff. All the other dogs being good. Marnie and Holster was in here with me last night while I had a cleansing, shall we say, where I had a Rukia live stream on all night because I was sick of it causing problems. So I just put that on quietly. Got the entity trapped. And then expelled it from my house this morning. Out the back door. Alright. When the dogs got let out. And the dogs have not been affected at all. It was trying to disturb me. It was also trying to affect the dogs last night, and it just wasn't working. I actually encountered it, right, on a different level. Right? So I knew what I was dealing with just by watching and sensing it. While the dogs was out in the garden drinking their bucket of water and that this morning, I got their dinner ready and white saged the house afterwards. And just enjoying a bit of music while I think about my dad. So that's a quick little update for you. I don't want to go whittling on through hours of chit chat because I'm enjoying my music at the moment. But I just thought I'd add this video just to show everybody that Yeah, I might be unorthodox in the way I deal with things, but I get those results at the end of it all. So, what I said I would do, I'm keeping to my word. I've been through the same in life. I'm helping someone through the same period in their life. And this morning I was watching videos about restorative justice and that out loud, because it's not just me that has to heal, is it? It's also the neighbour. So if he can hear me listening to those sorts of things as I educate myself on those matters, then it also gives him peace and closure, and his family peace and closure as well. So we both heal together. All right? That's what I've been doing this morning. You know, sometimes it takes listening to someone that's actually talking about it to make you think and make you relate to both sides of the story. So I hope that becomes a bit more clearer. See, the other content creators, they are helping me, in fact. They're not just there as my entertainment. I'm learning from their knowledge and their truth in life. As I make other people aware of that Investigatory Powers Act and the police corruption and everything else that was used in my situation from the beginning. And again, with the dog setup. Something about community resolution, apparently. All right, well, what community? Facebook community, when I accused you all of being corrupt? Is that the community you speak of? Oh. So, like I said, if they tricked me in the police station into signing an antisocial behaviour order, when I said if you're acting devious in your contract's constable, then that contract is null and void. It has no legal weight to it, and it might as well be a blank piece of paper. Because you obtain that contract through devious acts and behaviour, which will not stand up in a court of law because it actually breaks common law itself, which is the law of the land. Do you see why I'm in this position now? Because that's two setups they attempted on me after kidnapping me, trying to kill me, and then expecting me to be Christianly, when I'd already turned my back on that religion because it's Jewry, not jury, Jewry, is part of that same system. Right? And it's no dispersion on any religion or anything like that. That's just the wording they use to describe it in this country. Or the judiciary. Do you see what I mean? It's all a discrete play on words. hidden in plain sight, right in your face. So, when I decide to step out my front door once my knee's a bit more better and take Willow for her first walk as, how can I describe it? A mutilated dog on orders of the government, which are Crown employees and actors, by their chief minister. I'm not going to call him Prime Minister. I'm going to call him Prime Sinister. Because he is the agent of the now king. And he was very clear in his speech about his intelligence services put him right any abuse that's occurred. Right? Now, if he's keeping his word, he's keeping his word. He has to have time to sort that out. If he doesn't, he knows the people are rising up now. And very soon, they're going to take back the streets from the state's boot boys. And those tyrannical oppressors. So here's the thing. I don't support them. The top of the tree at all. But I will live in peace with them as I live in peace with my neighbour next door. Seeing as old Charlie boy there lives up the road about 20 miles as the crow flies. To my east. Yeah. Even caught them on Flight Trader, didn't I? On the air traffic monitor. When they was getting ready the day before I can't remember what it was now, but after that my computer got damaged. Just to make sure that I couldn't do that anymore. Just thought I'd add that to that, because it's all starting to make sense now with this Investigatory Powers Act use, isn't it? And misuse by those corrupt idiots. Currently, I've had things that I've ordered on my from my benefits, including my disability benefit. I've had things blocked so I can't protect myself. I can't hunt or fish. So I had to work around those laws and invest in the real thing, which are legal. Yeah. Working within the law as a law-abiding person. I don't do anything illegal. I now have the paperwork to pursue the legal medical cannabis route. I was already covered by a document that I hadn't broken because I've been honourable in my contracts, and that document still stood, and they knew it, which is why the probation told me they wanted another court case. Yeah. I said, do they now? Okay, so there's a second setup coming. So I was watching for the setup, and they could only do it with the dogs to try and get that second setup, to try and coerce me into signing an antisocial behaviour order through devious means, which is illegal under common law, is it not? You're not allowed to be devious in your contracts. Because the country runs on contracts. So, here's the thing, because I knew my rights, and they knew I knew my rights, they had to use devious means to try and get me to sign it, which I recorded, didn't I? Well, I think it's about time I actually published the recording from the police station. So I'm going to find the bit on the recording from inside the police station with the second setup, as the guy is explaining in his own words why I'm being antisocial. Because I clearly stated I was a disabled man and I slipped over on a bit of wet ground or a dog turd. Then got pulled across the floor by my dogs when they was trying to protect me from an advancing dog that had no humans with it. It was being used on the end of a zip line, a retractable dog lead, like it was a fishing reel. Once the dogs felt that they protected me, I told them to stop. I had them on a short lead, but someone run round the corner and just jumped on the dogs. Right? Right? There was no humans in the park. I don't know what they was doing down the alleyway together, but they definitely weren't watching their dog, because they just let it run away to its full potential while they carried on doing whatever they was doing in that alleyway together. Right? Anyway, I don't care about their silly dog setup, because I've been ordered, apparently, not to walk the dogs without a muzzle on. Oh. Is that what it said? Not to walk my dogs without a muzzle on. Their own words. Right? So, since they was trying to use my own words to form their new act as actors that they could enforce, I've been told by them not to walk my dogs or my dog, i.e. Lola only, without a muzzle on. But they couldn't order me how many dogs I was allowed to walk at any one time. So, Lola got refused for an admin error. She's still here. Willow she's been mutilated. She's all legal. Marnie and Hulkster are staffies. One small staffy, one bigger staffy. But they're twins. They're staffies. They're not types. Right? Oh. That did it. Sorry, I just had a lump on my gum and I just pushed it and it popped. Ugh. There's another abscess done. In the spittoon with that. Right, that's one abscess down. One to go. Yeah, that popped. See, the negative energy that you endure and absorb sometimes turns into poison within the body, doesn't it? That's why I said and did what I did last night with that Rukia. Right. That tastes a bit better in my mouth now. Decaf coffee at the moment. Just instant. Because I'm trying to keep my hyperactivity under control at the moment. Rather than my mind just keep going over and over and over and over and over. So I'm as calm as I naturally can be at the moment. And medicated with the antidepressants. I hear they're putting money into NHS dentistry at the moment, so hopefully I can get it all sorted out soon. Instead of having to pay street prices to get the chemicals to numb my face to extract the tooth with that I had to take out last time myself. I said I was going to do it live on the internet, didn't I? It just happened to be over a period of time rather than just in one hit. You know, I didn't need to inject my mouth with something. I just did it over a course of weeks. A course of about a week, and managed to push the tooth out of my face once I'd created enough pressure in there. But it caused the whole front of my jaw to be filled with pus, basically, right along the top of the gum, right across the whole of the front of my mouth. It took me nearly 3 days to clean it all out of there, and it's just started coming back again. So, yeah, this is what torture is when they take away our free dentistry, which was a promise to the World War II bulldog breed to stop them taking over the country when they came back armed from the war. They was given free social security, free NHS care and dentistry as a promise and a thank you for keeping those rich bastards in power and in their mansions. Now they're reneging on that promise while they rip us off, divert all the taxes into war and weaponry, and pocket the change corruptly, making themselves richer. So there you go. There's some Sunday thoughts for you while I think about my father. All right. Now I'm going to get back to my music. I've left it under half an hour video, so it should be a pretty easy one to listen through, this one. Okay. Should be a bit more clearer now. As you can see, my Voke's flashing while it's charging up, so I thought I'd make a quick video while I'm laying here resting. I think there's a bit of sport on later, so I'm not going to watch it, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on the score lines while I get back to enjoying my music. Okay, so you have a lovely Sunday, folks. Yeah, the pain of grief is getting slightly better as time goes on. Now I find myself looking fondly on the memories that I have with my father. I find myself talking like my father in situations now. Especially, you know, if a difficult situation's surfacing and I turn around and say, no, I'm not arguing tonight, okay? I don't want to argue. That's the end of the matter. Just like my father would say. Yeah? So everything that I did learn from my father, I'm now using. And it actually feels like sometimes I am him. Because he is part of me. If that makes sense. Not haunted. Don't get that wrong. But because I am part of him, part of me knows that as the truth, and I find myself dealing with things in the same way that he would have dealt with things, in a calm, assertive manner. Does that make sense? Anyway, on that note, have a happy Sunday, folks. Much love to you all.